Dillon Brooks is the epitome of, y'all ever hear that saying, don't let your mouth write a check your ass can't cash? Mm-hmm. That's the epitome of what he is. Or, you throw a grenade and then you hide your hands like, oh my God, who did that? Dillon Brooks wanted to be this guy. He wanted to be the villain. He wanted to be the guy who throws jabs at everybody and riles people up, from LeBron to Carmelo to this team to that team. He wanted to be this guy. So now you're this guy, and now you're crying about being this guy, and now you want to go ahead and make it seem like the media made you this guy. You made yourself this guy. So while it may be easy to go ahead and point the finger, who he should really be pointing the finger at is the person looking at himself in the mirror. And the worst kind of villain is the villain who's a self-appointed villain. If you look at some of the biggest villains in the history of sports, they were deemed villains by the general public or by their peers. Kevin Durant was made a villain by the media. He didn't just wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm going to start throwing jabs and darts at people, and I'm going to go ahead and be this bad boy persona and this villain persona. Draymond Green's no different. This is who they are, and they own it, and they live in it, and they play through it. And if you want to be that guy, then be that guy. But don't be that guy when it's convenient and then cry about it when it backfires on you. You took a shot at LeBron James, which is what's the saying in The Wire? If you aim for the king, you better not miss. And you missed. And you missed, Dillon. You took a shot at the wrong guy. He called your bluff. You looked stupid, and now you want to boo-hoo and cry and hide and in the corner, tail between your legs, and start copping pleas. It doesn't work like that. That's what you signed up for. This is what you wanted. You got what you wanted. Stand in it. I don't have any sympathy for him. Sorry.
So listen, Ashley, this is what I would say. I respect Dillon Brooks taking his shot. What I don't respect is the same thing you don't respect. Don't throw the rocks and then hide your hand, okay? There's a couple ways athletes can burst onto the scene. Your play, and then your flair, okay? Now, play, if you're a baller, if you're a Kevin Durant, LeBron James, that sells everything for you. But then there's guys that come along, right? Like the Richard Shermans of the world, and I'm going to the football side, I'm more familiar over there. The Richard Shermans, even Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey, his talk was bigger than his play the first year or so, and then his play really, he always was a baller when he came in, even Richard Sherman. But look at what they did. And then you had the same corner down in Carolina. He's going to crush me because I forgot his name. But it was the same play. It's the same thing. Yeah. When you do that, and then you back it up in the biggest moments, now everybody's talking about you, and now you're on the scene. So Dillon's had a nice little run over the last couple of months, right? With
barely?
The outfit. He has with the outfits.
The outfits don't count, Brandon. Like
everything counts.
No, it doesn't. Like, he runs his mouth like he's a perennial all-star. You haven't done anything. So, like, you can cosplay as like Stone Cold Steve Austin all you want. Like, you haven't done anything. You haven't won. You don't have any All-Stars. You don't have any MVPs. Last time I checked, nobody was even checking for you a year ago, 2 years ago. So, like, you do all of this because you want to make a name for yourself as the villain, which is fine, but then you don't back it up, and then you want to cry when someone calls your bluff. Like, get out of here.